Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching Metal Movies and Brewskys. I'm your host, Matt Burke, or Matt Merck. And tonight we're going to be having on Rick Piper talking about his book, The Canadian Shield. So we're going to have that and a bunch of cool topics. And real excited this week. Got to go to the art store. Well, I don't know. Let's bring on our guest and we can start talking about it. Haven't talked to Rick in a minute. So guys, give him one more. Rick, how's it going, man?
Been a long time, it's going good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I think I cut your show once or twice over the last couple of years, but last time I think we really talked was back at Dillard's.
Yeah,
when I was there in 2023.
It's gone by so fast. You know, it kind of feels like about a year, but it doesn't feel like that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, well, it's coming up on about 2 years actually.
Right.
You know, well, a year, 10 months, you know, depends on how you look at it, but still, that's close to 2 years, right?
Right. Yeah, man. That was a minute. That was fun, too. I was supposed to meet up, too, with Flagel, too. Me and him were supposed to do lunch, and I haven't, gotta get a good time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard just, orchestrating stuff like that on a, day-to-day life, gets in the way.
Yeah, right. How's your day going, man? You've been doing a lot of stuff today. You did like a stream in the morning, you were saying, right?
Yeah, I did a stream in the morning, went to a buddy's, took some pictures of some toys that he's selling through Facebook Marketplace, and then went over to a friend's. I thought I was going to have to feed her cat, but I didn't have to because she got her neighbor to do it because she wasn't sure whether her neighbor was going to be out of town or not. So she lined me up and forgot to tell me that the neighbor was doing it today.
It's like, it's always something, right?
But it was a nice bike ride from my buddy's place over to hers. So
that's always cool. Yeah, definitely.
And then just then hop back on the bike. Well, I spent an hour there or so. Then hop back on the bike and came home and played some Minecraft, watched a couple videos, and got ready to get on here.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I went to what did we do today? Well, first of all, Brian Sanchez, thanks for stopping by. Hello. He says Bat Merck, Rick Piper, the chat, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yes, man. We did I did a little celebration for them last week, man. The second, I believe today is Hulk Hogan Day, or yesterday was. I think it was yesterday the first in Florida.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. Hulk Hogan Day. But it's a shame of his passing. So
yeah, it's pretty sad.
And I was actually surprised at how young he was.
Yeah, and I guess he had leukemia. Like he was kind of keeping it under wraps. And now there's all these like new stories about how like he helped this lady that had like I don't know if she had cancer or something, but he was walking her around up and down the street, like kind of pumping her up, and she survived, I guess. And then there was another lady he saved from like a car crash, I guess. That was on I don't know if it was on TMZ or what, but it was, it's like he's done some good deeds,
Yeah.
But thanks for stopping by. Hey, what's up, Montoya? Hello, brother.
Hey.
Yeah, got us live tonight. Today I went to the art supply warehouse. My brother got me a gift card there for Christmas, and I hadn't been there in like 10 years or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if there's more of them. I don't think there is. There's the only one I know is this one in Westminster, like by.
Okay, well, I wouldn't know. There's art supply stores around here, not necessarily that one. We have Michael's, and then there's sometimes I think there's a few lesser name stores or mom and pop type ones, whatever.
That's cool. Yeah, over there, and they have a website, but I got a bunch of stuff. I got this Kiritaki Menin Mahitsu number 8 pin. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. I was checking out, and this dude was paying in front of me, and he's talking to the cashier. He's like, "Yeah, I'm here for my pickup. I put something aside." It's like, "Oh, you wanted the Pentel whiteout pins." So I guess you shake these up, and then they have nibs right here that you could change. Sorry, they're like these little yellow nibs right here. So that's pretty cool. I got one of these. I call these noose brushes, the Japanese ones. They got that little like rope that you pull at the end right here.
Oh, okay.
So it's like $3. And then I got this brush pin, a white one. It's pretty cool. I shot a little video today for Monday. I kind of showed more of the stuff. Always on the hunt for a good eraser too, man. Like those things are
Yeah.
hard to come by. Like,
Well,
that's like the one thing.
I usually grab myself kneaded erasers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I use. So I normally use that one, and then I use like a moo eraser right after it. So it helps. And then also I won't erase until the next day unless I get really like, I don't know. Sometimes I will, but I usually try to, like, if it's a commission
Well,
or something, I let it wait.
you mean after you ink it? You know, like
Mhm.
obviously, if you're drawing something up and you make a mistake, you got to erase right away.
Yeah, yeah. So like, and sometimes I want to get the page done. So I'm like, I wonder if it can, or if I got a new eraser, I'm like, I wonder if it'll work. And so it's all about testing, right? Like trying new things and
Yeah.
stuff. So I did that today, and then had some tortas ahogadas. They're like these pulled pork Mexican sandwiches, and they have basically like refried beans on this beautiful bolillo bread, I think. And then you have like carnitas, red onions that are like pickled, and then like this hot chili sauce right on top. It's delicious.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All except for the beans. I don't like beans.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I love beans, bro. I love them all. And those refried beans, they're real meaty, you know? They're like, because a lot of the time they're cooked in like lard or bacon grease, you know?
Yeah.
So
I've probably had them a lot more than what I thought because, you know, I've eaten at Taco Bell and, you know.
Taco Bell, yeah, they do their own concoction, I guess. But I don't know, it's pretty funny. But yeah, tonight we're going to go over your campaign, the Canadian Shield. I'm looking forward to jumping into that. I know
that's something I should have put up. I forgot to put up my standee.
Well, you got your standee on the side right here too. Like
no. Give me a sec.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, so those sandwiches are good. I put down like 2 of those things. Yeah, man. Oh wow, you got a big standee right there. You ain't playing. I thought you meant like one of those for like the Comic-Con that you pull up the banners. That's awesome. It'd be cool if you had one where you could cut the head out and put your head in there, you know, have the kids put their head in there, like at the pumpkin patches or whatnot. That's pretty cool. Just see like the bottom half of them right now, but damn, that's pretty tall. It's probably like what, 7 feet tall or something.
Yeah, it is 8 foot tall.
Yeah, there you go. 8 feet tall, man. That's pretty cool.
I can get a good angle here. You can see me and it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Something I have to take to cons. 8 foot tall, and that's the height of the shield. Canadian Shield. He is 8 foot tall.
He's a big guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that he's in one of Dillard's books, I think. The first Dillard book of the Buckler, I believe, right?
Yeah, he is in the Ashcan of the Buckler, yeah. Which I actually produced for Dillard on my first campaign.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for more of the Buckler. I got the Canadian Tussle in, so I have to give that a read through. I'm sure that's real fun.
Yeah, cool, I haven't read it yet either. I bought it too. I got just the digital, but
oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Because I couldn't afford to at the time. You know, my life has been chaotic the last couple of years.
Yeah, know how that is, man. Well, cool. Yeah. We'll jump into that in a little bit, and got some news right here. I think it's kind of cool, man. Let me go ahead and share it with you guys. It has to do with Johnny Depp and this new project he's working on with Ridley Scott, and it's called. Hold on one sec. I got to drop one more gear. They make you share a lot of stuff now, so let's see here. The new way they do things on this streaming service. So here we go. Johnny Depp joins High graphic novel series from Ridley Scott and Mechanical Cake, and they will create the title character. So that's some of the artwork right there, and they released a trailer for it. Johnny Depp is embracing his inner Mr. Hyde. The actor is signed on to play Hyde, a graphic novel property based on the Robert Louis Stevenson novella Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from Ridley Scott and the production company Mechanical Cake. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's going to have you can check out the trailer too. Let's see here. I actually have a little bit of that too. I wanted to show you guys. And it has a crowdfund up right now. There definitely is there's like a team of artists on it. It's only two guys drawing it. I was worried for a second, like, oh, are they going to make this like AI art? You know what I mean? Because I've seen some people do that, where you just kind of, and for me, it seems like a low hanging fruit that like a studio would do that. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm gonna give Ridley Scott, because he's a real artist, and Johnny Depp the benefit of the doubt, because those guys seem like real like Renaissance guys, you know. And sure enough, there's two artists drawing it. The guy that owns that company is
so it's a anime, a comic, or a
it's a graphic novel, and then they cut a trailer for it. I think Ridley did this trailer with Johnny right here to really immerse you into the world. And there's going to be 4 books. It's live right now too, but I'll show that more later. I just kind of wanted to show you guys this trailer right here.
Dear gentle reader, it is time that I tell my side of the story.
And it's cool hearing Johnny, because like he's done like almost every English and American dialect with the English language, pretty much, you know. So it's funny hearing him tweak different. Like, what are you gonna do this time? The art looks pretty sick right there.
On Halloween Eve, a relentless melancholy enveloped me, for I realized I was the only living thing walking amongst the dead. I saw that every grimy corner of the city was filled with lists.
And it's like they're probably trying to make this a movie pitch. You know, that's like my knee-jerk reaction, as I think anybody would be, you know, or at least one movie. But who knows? Maybe they don't. Maybe they just really want to have it a comic, you know?
Listless, lifeless automatons. And I wondered, why do they not all just kill themselves?
The thing is, like, Ridley Scott hasn't really done anything like this, really. He's been doing a lot of, like, Crusade movies lately, a lot of Alien movies. So I'd like to see him do more fantasy stuff, kind of like he did with Legend with Tim Curry and Tom Cruise, you know?
Yeah.
What do you want? What a beautiful dress. Shall we play some bridge, mother?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I just wanted to show a little bit of that. I'll put the link in the chat if you guys haven't seen it. So you can go back and check it out and talk. I'll cover it a little bit more, because I think it's personally, I think it's really cool. If you guys want to go watch the video of Hyde, it's just a little like teaser, you know.
Yeah,
because Johnny Depp, he got canceled, man. Like, there really haven't really seen much from him, and I thought they did him dirty, you know. So
I didn't realize he got canceled. What did he get canceled over?
With the Amber Heard, they weren't hiring him in Hollywood or anything, you know. So, and he was always him and like Gary Oldman, Christian Bale. They were like Oldman is my favorite actor, but I always like Johnny, you know, growing up, you know.
Yeah, he's done quite a good thing.
And a lot of people hate on him, and it's like, dude, have you seen all the characters he does? He does just as much as Oldman does. You know, he's like the American Oldman, like, as far as I'm concerned. He's done like all these crazy. Let's see here. He lives under a rock called Canada.
Hey, Joshua.
I would say he's on top of the rock, and we're underneath it. No, Canada's beautiful, man. There was I know a few people from there. There's you. There's also Simon Poitier, the homie. A really, really, really awesome dude. And there was another guy named Nova Blast. I never knew John. I think his name's John, but his name was Nova Blast. I haven't seen him.
I'm not sure whether you know this guy, the Ryan Cardinal. He's here from here.
Oh yeah, Ryan Cardinal. He's like a tattoo artist, right?
Yeah, he's out in BC.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Last I knew. Yeah.
He had a really cool book too. I remember.
Yeah.
I think it was called like Gaia's or something like that.
Yeah. There's quite a few Canadians in our mix. I used
Mad
to
Ruth.
have a cool.
Mad Ruth
Although,
also, but he's like New Brunswick, I think. He's in like a small like area over there, so that's kind of
there's quite a few in that area too. Although I'm not sure what you think of them lately. Got a little bit of a different opinion about what I used to. Larry Higgins from Naomi, he's out that way in New Brunswick.
Really know oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, him and Dark Gift are feuding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's always some wars going on, right?
But from like I like Larry, but in some ways with some conversation that I saw him in the chat on Dark Gift's channel a couple nights ago, he seems to be a little bit full of himself lately. So, but
yeah, it happens, I guess, sometimes when people, I did like a video too. Like I've been doing these videos on Mondays where I'm kind of talking about like the scene that I'm in, and I'm green, I'm learning stuff. But I've been here for like making comics for like 10 years, so I'm kind of gray in some ways. So I know a little bit. But the thing about being an artist is you never. It's always a journey that you're always learning stuff.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I one of the things I kind of touched on, I'd like to touch on more too, is the fact that like when I was growing up, I didn't really know about the artists that I liked, and the artists that I like, I'll never be on their level. It just never happens. I'm probably just too old because I've been really trying to do this really hard, like, and just I don't know. But
that's the thing. We grew.
Bernie Wright's
never gonna have enough. Yeah, I'll admit when I start first reading comics, I really didn't know. I didn't pay attention to the credits. Who did what or whatever. You got to know a few names like Jim Lee,
Sam Keith, Comic Farland.
Yeah,
that was for me.
Yeah, you got to know a few names. Alex Ross. You got to know a few of the more outstanding artists and all that. But you didn't know much about them. You just knew that they drew a comic, or wrote a comic or whatever. And in some ways that's better, in some ways that's worse,
Yeah.
We had a lot less stupidity back then.
A lot less stupidity, a lot of less like connectivity. Everybody, kind of knows more of about because it's the internet. But that was the thing that I was saying. Like, I like the mystique and the intrigue of not knowing all the time. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these artists and stuff, I got into them like in my early 20s. As a kid, I was looking at comics and Mad Magazine and stuff like that, and cartoons, and I was looking at the art. I wasn't reading the words or anything. I wasn't drawn to that. I'm always drawn to the art and the character design. That's the first thing. Then it's story and whatnot now. But as I got older, like in my late teens and early 20s, that's I'm like, okay. And I started knowing more of the names and finding out who they are. Like, and so like now, like Frazetta, and Bernie Wrightson, there's not really many interviews of them, But at the same time, like, if they were out here now, would we want to be looking at them every single day, watching them? I mean, maybe not, I think that, so.
But that's what makes this stuff good for us nowadays as independent. We can get an audience if you put yourself out there,
Yeah. Sometimes, people might jive with what you're playing, Yeah. Montoya. I think he's doing another Pirates now. Oh yeah. I heard he's doing another Pirates. I think that first pirate movie was the best, like really just on another level. Then two was really good too, and 3 is pretty good too. But I think 4 and 5 are kind of they're still good though. Like I'll buy them all, I'll watch them all. Great popcorn. They're rides,
I think I've seen 1 and 2, maybe 3, but at the point I just got lost. It's like it's like even the fast. Some of them where when you got like 6 or more, 5 to 6 or more movies. Fast and the Furious is another one.
That's crazy, bro.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, there's just so many. Like it gets to a point where they have to start over and like, all right, now we're going back to the streets in LA. It's the streets. It's all about the family in the streets. So it's like, okay, you're not going to space no more. Now you're in the streets. So that's what they're doing with Fast and Furious 12, or I don't know what number it is now.
Yeah, but, it's like at some point you lose track. It's like, which one did I see? Which one didn't I see?
Yeah. I got a pretty cool like little random like article that I seen, and it's about this gentleman that was the inspiration for Shrek. And I really dig the Shrek movies. I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
I don't really like the new design of. I think they kind of mess with his eyes a little bit. They kind of put them together. I don't know, but the first, all the Shrek movies that we have now that haven't came out are awesome.
Yeah, Shrek was good.
Let me show you this. It's based off this guy named this is him right here. He was a wrestler, a French wrestler, and he looks like Shrek. His name was Maurice Tillet, who may have inspired Shrek. Shrek is one of the most iconic animated characters of the last century. For years, many have believed that the real man, Maurice Tillet, inspired a green ogre. DreamWorks have neither confirmed nor denied this, but the similarities are uncanny. So there's just one right there. We're like, yeah, that's pretty Shrek. I could see that. Then you start kind of going down and like, okay, yeah, I could see a little Shrek right there, But if you're still not sold, you kind of keep scrolling down, and then there's this one. Look at that. Ain't that Shrek right there?
Yeah, so, definitely.
I don't know, man. I
definitely
think it's
inspired. It looks
pretty
like
crazy, that there's where you find inspiration,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, he had definitely to ogrify him a little bit.
Yeah, but I guess he was a wrestler. It's a French wrestler.
Cool.
Shrek was yeah. I like the Puss in Boots movie, man. The last one. I think it's the Final Wish or Last Wish. That one was great.
Yeah.
That was actually
that
was my favorite movie so far out of the whole universe. I know it has that painterly animation that came after the Spider-Verse movie, but it's great. I don't know. What do you think about that painterly animation? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's kind of choppy and the frame rate's slow and it's painterly.
It's neat. It's definitely different, for sure. I think it takes a little getting used to, but once I think you get used to it, it's like, and people are just trying something different, which is, that's all right. Try something different. Hopefully it works.
Right.
A lot of times it's like this, the spaghetti, throwing it against the wall. Which one's gonna stick? Yeah. Will this stick or not?
Is it gonna stick? Yeah, that's crazy. Do you like horror? Do you like horror movies at all by any chance?
Not really. I'm not really a big horror person. Blood and guts.
What are you into? Like, I mean, you like superhero stuff, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm pretty much almost everything else other than horror.
Okay, cool. So you
I've got rom-coms, I've got sci-fi, I've got regular comedy. Like I've got a whole slew of there, like
different stuff, huh? Different genres.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I've got TV, and I've got TV and TV regular movies.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, TV shows. I mean, by TV,
Yeah.
And then probably 3/4 of my collection is actually in storage at the moment.
Yeah, it's that happens, man. Like our collections start getting bigger and bigger,
Oh, well, it's not that. Well, as you may remember, a couple years, just under 2 years ago, my mom died, and well, I had to give up the apartment that we had, and well, I had it in storage at a buddy's, and well, he let me have that there in storage for just over a year, and well, now I've got my own place and room, I should say. I rent off somebody, but I had to put everything in storage. I've got a little bit that I can have in this room, but everything else is in storage till I can get my own apartment. That's like full size apartment.
You'll get
my
there,
kitchen,
man.
My living room. Yeah, I know.
That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Hey, 6 months. Well, just before January, I was on my cousin's couch for like a year. So,
well, shoot. Speaking of like heroes and stuff, man, I got your campaign right here. Maybe we could talk about the. Let me bring that up real sec.
Yeah.
1 sec. Yeah.
For sure.
You could talk about like who were some of your favorite artists growing up, man.
Well, Alex Ross is one for sure.
Okay, cool.
Once I actually learned about, like, I started reading comics in my mid-teens.
Yeah,
Like I watched Super Friends and all the stuff growing up in the '80s. So, I had a thing there, and my mom got me some Christian Archie comics to try and get me to read, which got me going into a whole bunch of other, Superman, Batman, and all that comics. But like we were just saying, I never really paid attention to the names and all that.
yeah,
Like so, like I didn't realize till later I had stuff by some of the people that we like Ethan, like Mike, Art to Bear. I have a
yeah.
little bit from you know I've only ever found, I think, only about one art style that in the comic books that I wasn't really hip on, and it was a Huntress miniseries
Oh, really?
by
Yeah,
DC Comics.
Huntress is kind of a weird character, man. She's kind of like
Yeah,
yeah, kind of like
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
It was
she's kind of cool,
I
I
think
guess.
it was half the writing, and it was just the way that they decided to do the art style for that particular comic, and it was like,
So, yeah.
okay, not really the way that I do it. And hey, Tim, what's up?
So like,
Well, we're talking about my campaign and stuff.
so some of your major influences, like as far as artists go, it was you said Alex Ross, and who was the other? I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't say any particular one, but like
Oh,
um I just named a couple that like looking back at my collection, I see stuff that I have by some of these artists. Like I was one. Yeah, the art is always good. I never even looked at the name of the writer, but I wanted story too.
definitely.
So, but Alex Ross is just like I'd love to be as good as him one day, but I know that's probably never going to happen.
He's
But
kind of like the top in some ways, like
yeah,
he's the top of the pyramid. Like I mean, all you look at it, he's like our generation's like
yeah,
Kirby and Rockwell put together, but then so much more. He's
yeah,
Alex Ross. He can kind of do
yeah,
anything. It's like I'd
yeah,
love to see like whatever version of whatever genre painted by Alex Ross, right? Like
yeah,
have him make
yeah,
the comic and paint it. Wouldn't that be cool? I remember when I was a
yeah,
kid, I had that Marvel's comic that he did where it
yeah,
had Spider-Man on the window and the people. And it's in the perspective of the people that are in the office, and Spider-Man's on the window with his feet, and Green Goblin's throwing a pumpkin at him, and he's riding the glider. And I
yeah,
picked that book up, and I was like, "What is this?" Marvel's. I just remember loving it, and just like if
yeah,
they made a movie, this is what it would look like. Before the movie came out, it was what we had was Alex Ross.
yeah. I have the Kingdom Come series by
I
him.
don't. Oh yeah, dude, I want to get that, man. Oh man,
That was good.
Imagine if he did a Canadian Shield cover for you, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I had the money, I might actually pay for that.
I mean, so like I hit up my favorite artists. Sometimes you just got to do the shit, Sometimes you just got to hit up the people, find out the amount, and then maybe one day you can make it happen. It's probably like 10 to 15 grand, maybe less. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Some people like buying sports cars and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Me, I might want someone to draw, get a commission. Somebody might want to buy a football or a basketball that's signed by somebody or.
Well, heck, except for like our little community, the first major commission I actually got was last year. There's a guy. There's an artist, the box office artist. He has a channel here on YouTube. Jamie Reyes, I think is his name. He actually lives in Toronto, but I had a booth at Hamilton Comic Con, and he was like really close to me. He was like a stone's throw away, and I actually got him to do a commission of the Canadian Shield.
Oh, I got to see that. That guy's a beast, bro. I've seen what he does on YouTube. Him and ZHC. Those are like two of the first YouTubers that I was following on when I first got on YouTube or the channels. Those guys are both beasts. I don't know what happened. Well, ZHC's a mega millionaire doing YouTube, so he's not really making comics anymore. That's how I found out about Jimmy Reyes. Also, he was connected to him and David Finch. But yeah, man, it's freaking awesome. As far as the character goes, Canadian Shield.
Yeah.
You want to give us a little synopsis about the character? Maybe tell us a little bit about him.
Okay. Well, he is Native Canadian American. I'm not sure how you want to say that, but
Canadian American.
He lives in Canada, I guess. Because he's originally from the early 1800s, so that's why it's like iffy what you'd say. But he lived in the Hamilton area, which is where I lived back then, and he is transported through time to modern day. Now I put him up into the northern Ontario where there is nothing around because we don't want to give him too much of a culture shock. He's in a church of that time, and then suddenly he's in downtown Hamilton, surrounded by all this technology. That would just. But anyways, God transports him through time from the past to modern day, and he takes a suit that's created by the Canadian government that gives Superman-like abilities, minus the cold breath, heat vision, and it's in the future. He takes it back through time to our present day, brings it to where he brings the Canadian Shield, and an angel appears to him, tells him to put on the suit, and travel south. And thus begins his adventures. First issue, he's learning his powers and getting a little bit acclimated to a different time, although there's not a lot that he sees because he's by himself. And he ends up saving somebody at the end of the first one from committing suicide.
Oh, that's good, man.
And then in the second one, of course, he's battling a villain that we introduced. And third one, of course, another villain. And we start to introduce even more. The Angel as actually a supporting cast member. You see him from time to time, saying, "Hey, Shield, we need you to go here to, stop this guy."
That's cool, man. It's providing like a positive message too, And this is an all ages book. I take it, obviously, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to make it. Yeah, obviously, it's a superhero comic book, so there's there's violence in it, Yeah,
definitely.
Punched and all that.
Yeah.
And
got another Canadian brother right here, Stygian Dogs.
Cool.
He's you're in Robert E. Howard. Sub to his channel. He's got one of the best channels out there.
Yeah. And then in this issue, not only introducing a new villain or the beginnings of a villain. This guy is going from ordinary citizen to villain in this issue, and we introduce a new supporting cast member that you will be seeing book by book. She will be keeping in touch with him via phone because he's in one city or town, I should say. So Canadian Shield will be eventually, but Canadian Shield's eventually going to make it back to Hamilton in modern day, and all the supporting cast that he gets up until that point are going to end up coming to Hamilton. So that's a little teaser, but that's a ways off too. So
you have like a few more books planned out for this, I take it.
Yeah, quite a few.
I like that you've kept it going, though. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like myself included, I've started something and I venture off and I do other stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm doing other stuff. I'm doing other stuff too. I've got other books on the go. Like my next campaign after this is going to be Snowdrift. I did her first issue of my last campaign with Canadian Shield 2.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then the next campaign after that's going to be the Flame from another character, Flame, and then I'll come back to issue 4 of Canadian Shield. I'm slowly building my universe. I've got 7 major characters that I'm slowly building.
And I like that it's in color. It's all
maybe
ages.
Eventually, dogs will have a battle of the Skyway.
Yeah, and like for me, comics,
and it's Hamilton.
They're for everybody, dude. Like I think we need more comics for kids. I think we need more comics for adults. Because
I think we need ones that people can both enjoy. Like
Hulk's the hard part.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it mind so everybody can enjoy. And I'm trying to take the good parts of all the different ages of comics.
Mhm.
A lot of the innocence and all that from the golden age and maybe
Yeah,
the
great.
silver age in these, the better looking art, hopefully, from, more modern day and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Like taking your inspiration from everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's awesome, man. Like comics for everybody, and I think kids need to read comics more and get into reading
Yeah.
more, and get that
Yeah.
physical media going.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the problem is they are a little bit, they're not really at the corner stores anymore like they used to be. Like
yeah,
when I first started getting into, like my mom, like I said, my mom got me some Christian Archies to get me reading. And then I was picking up Archie comics at the corner store.
hmm hmm
The floppies,
yeah,
my grandparents would give me some money and I'd go run across the street to get some Archie comics,
definitely. Yeah. Let's see here, Tim. I got asked I get asked a few times about my books, and they're okay for the kids to read. I have to be honest and say no teens to adults, but I do know a few people who do comics that are appropriate for kids. Yeah, no, that's cool. I think it's good for both.
Yeah.
There should be
Yeah.
and some in the middle too, which is the hardest part. I think
Yeah.
sometimes it can be now, especially nowadays. But yeah, you got a cool tier right here. I think it's let's go to church. When I was younger too, we had a comic book that I was reading, but I forgot the name of it, that from my church. I totally forgot the name of it, but I went to church too a lot when I was younger,
Yeah.
and I think they were giving them out at this at one of the churches I was going to. But let's go to church tier. It's 100 plus shipping.
And that's 100. That's 100 Canadian. So for you Americans, that's actually cheaper than $100. That's probably like $75 to $80.
You guys could get drawn into the church congregation, so you're gonna get drawn into there, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You of course have to supply a picture of yourself,
Yeah, that's cool.
And there's 10 spots, and it's not just that spot there. There's 2 other pages of this church congregation. Canadian Shield's going to church for the first time in this century, since he's been transported through time. So yeah, you show him there, hearing a bit of the sermon, talking to the pastor and all that,
That's cool. So I would say Hero Shack and Rick's books. Oh, cool.
Yeah, Hero Shack's another good dog guy. Chris Temelevich. He actually did the cover for Canadian Shield 3.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet cover. And then right here we got the digital for issue 3. It's $5.
Yeah.
And then we have the physical shield. That's the one that I would personally like, is physical copies. Just reward you get a physical copy of the issue number 3.
Yeah.
And you get if you want it signed, you get it for $20. And right here it's the first Canadian Shield issue remastered. Okay, with this you get a physical copy of the Canadian Shield number 1 remastered. Okay, nice. And then this is issue number 2.
Yeah, the remastered. I just went and I had to. It was coming up on. I was gonna have to print more, so I was like, okay, let's retweak the art, make it a little bit better here and there. And Pope Raven, I'm not sure whether you ever heard of him. He did the colors for the first version, but they were a little too muted for me. So I went in and I recolored it all and made the colors really pop.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, nothing against him. He did a great job. It's just
you had
I like a little bit more vibrancy in my stuff.
That's just an artistic decision, interpretation. Yeah. No, I understand exactly where you're coming from. And then right here you got the triple play catch up. That's all 3 books. You get issue 1, 2, and 3 physical with the shipping or plus shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got the Lorenzo. That's 2 issues.
Yeah, 2. Well, I'm not sure whether you know who Lorenzo Sleestack is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's you when a lot of people were having their campaigns, he was always asking them, "Is there a way I can get 2 copies of the book?"
Oh
so, so one for him and one for him to give to somebody, right? So it's like, on my first campaign, he's asking that, and I'm like, "What do I call this tier?" And I'm like, "Let's just name it after him, the Lorenzo."
Or a reader copy too. Sometimes people, and you got the Canadian Shield remastered digital, number 2 digital, and then you got the digital triple play, which is fun.
Yeah.
And then you got the Canadian Shield poster right there.
Yeah, this was their first copy. This first printing had 2 covers. A cover I did, and one for a artwork from a poster that John did for me, John Dillard. And this is that artwork. The posters. I probably have more than 20 left, but I've set this at 20 for people to get.
This is some Dillard artwork, huh?
Yeah, and it was also the cover of one of the 2 first printings. So,
hell yeah, it's a nice piece right there. A lot of good stuff right here, man. We'll go ahead and play. You got a trailer too, right?
Yeah, and everybody if everybody buying a physical one will get a 4-page ash can that I've created. That is written by me and drawn up by Alpha Proto for all those who know him.
Oh, nice.
And if you get a digital copy, I'll send you a digital version of the ash can as well.
That's so cool, man. We're gonna have to check out this trailer right here.
Yeah.
Let's get in there.
A man being transported through time by God. An angel appears telling him put on a nearby suit. And after that he must travel south. The suit on he is endowed with incredible powers. Canadian Shield with the power of strength. Canadian Shield with the power of speed. Canadian Shield with the power of flight. Canadian Shield with many more powers. Will fight the evil that comes his way and help those he can in need. Another man wanting to end his life. Canadian Shield saves him in the nick of time. Now he lets the man no reasons to live. With this, the man goes on to live many more days. Canadian Shield with the power of strength. Canadian Shield with the power of speed. Canadian Shield with the power of flight. Canadian Shield with many more powers. Will fight the evil that comes his way and help those he can in need.
That was a piece of artwork by James Reyes.
Oh, nice.
And threatens many. Canadian Shield rush to the scene. A battle ensues and blows are traded. The Canadian Shield wins and many are saved. Canadian Shield with the power of strength. Canadian Shield with the power of speed. Canadian Shield with the power of flight. Canadian Shield with many more powers. Will fight the evil that comes his way and help those he can in need.
Canadian Shield. Yeah, that was a fun trailer, man.
No, it was not edited by me. I used AI animation, but I used all artwork that I have for.
And it makes it move.
Yeah, I just gave it my artwork, said what to do or whatever. Just animate this,
Let me put the link in the chat, guys, so you guys can go and back it. Yeah, it's a fun character, man. Yeah. I always like that lore too, with like him and the buckler. I think that's so rad. It's like so. How long ago was that when you guys did that? How many years ago? Like,
oh man, that was
a while, right?
He created the buckler just before the first issue came out. It was supposed to be a joke at first about creating a sidekick for Canadian Shield, and then he ended up creating the buckler a buckler is supposed to be a small shield, and just he ended up, like I said, he's like, oh, this could really work. This character.
Yeah, and his character, like they're crossing over, and his character is a complete adult comic. You know what I mean? And so there's some crossover there that could be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
although it's my Canadian Shield, but it isn't. They are technically two separate universes.
yeah,
It just happens to be a Canadian Shield in his universe. I've lent him my character for that, because in my universe that buckler doesn't exist, and but in his universe, most of my superheroes don't exist. So
right, two different universes. It's a multiverse. Right?
Yeah.
So come back to Canadian Shield 3, guys. We'll let's see where you're at right now. You're at
$400.
409 backers. See if we can get another backer before the end of the show, man. That would be awesome. Go ahead and get a refresh going right now. You're just running a little slow. Still at 9, so we'll see, man.
Yeah.
The night is young. So we'll stop.
But the song for that video I wrote myself.
You wrote the lyrics and everything?
Yeah, for the song. No, I didn't write the music.
Cool.
Again, I used AI to give me the music because I'm not musically talented.
But you wrote the lyrics, huh?
Yeah. Because I was trying to get it give me lyrics, but I wasn't satisfied with most of it. So it's like, okay. But then I had to edit all those clips together. And all the villains, when it says faces the evil that come his way, all those characters that it shows, all those are villains that he's going to face in future issues. Well, except for the ones that were,
Right. Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's some AI. I don't use AI, but there's some fun like Conan the Barbarian like AI stuff like 1960s like if it was a movie in the 60s like like Roger Corman style. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So cool.
I would I ever use AI to draw my comic book? No. But for a little promo stuff like this,
I understand.
Like I don't got the money that it takes to make this stuff, so
definitely. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
There's I know you don't like horror, but I got some pretty big horror news in the real world of the actual world. It's it's somewhere you could go. It's kind of close to your end of the woods. Let me go ahead and share it real quick. Okay. So this right here, it's a comedian, and it's Matt Rife. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've seen him do some stuff. He heckles a lot. He's kind of funny. And Elton Castille by Ed and Lorraine Warren's home, complete with the real life Annabelle doll. Okay. And that's the family from the Conjuring series. I don't know if you ever watched those. Those movies are pretty scary.
I don't think so. I might have heard them.
And they're based on the real life demonologists that would go around the world and exorcise houses and people, and basically hunt down angels demons and ghosts. If there was ever any truth to the supernatural lore around Ed and Lorraine Warren's paranormal investigations, the new guardians of their Connecticut museum have their work cut out for them. Comedian Matt Rife and TikTok ghost hunter Elton Castille announced that they are purchasing the Monroe, Connecticut home of the Warrens, who inspired Warner Brothers' The Conjuring franchise, which includes the Warren Occult Museum and the supposedly possessed doll behind the Annabelle films. So here they go, guys. Got a little picture right there. That's the real Annabelle doll, allegedly behind them. And that's
that looks like Raggedy Ann.
Yeah. So I don't know if they swapped it out for the picture, which I don't think so, because the one in the movie is they built a whole doll for it, right? But it might have just been a Raggedy Ann doll in real life that's possessed.
Yeah.
And you has the announcement right here. I guess they're going to turn the house into a basically a place where you could sleep there overnight and be terrified. So Rick, in the movie The Conjuring, you have the Warrens, right? And they're coming out with the fourth movie. It's the final movie, right? And it's based on these two demonologists, and they're the ones that handled the Amityville house. I think they've done hundreds and hundreds of cases where they've actually exorcised the houses from demons and ghosts.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Lorraine, she's an actual medium that could talk to, spirits and whatnot. And that doll is possessed. So in the movie and in real life, they have a house where they take a lot of the demon possessed items and they lock it away in this room in their house, which is pretty wild. But yeah, it really exists, and you can go. These guys are gonna own it for 5 years, I guess, and then the rights go somewhere else. So it's pretty wild. I think they're gonna try to make some money on it though. But
yeah.
I think that's crazy, man. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah,
No way.
well, I probably wouldn't either, but not that I'd be scared of the ghosts or whatever. I wouldn't be scared of that, but it wouldn't be my thing. But there's lots of people it is their thing, and all the power to them.
Oh, definitely, man. And then I got some stuff right now. Check this out. Big news right now for Conan. I'm a big Conan fan. I don't know if you read Conan, but they had a San Diego Comic-Con panel, and they had some big news that's been coming out this year. So the last 2 years, Conan the Barbarian and everything that Robert E. Howard has written, all the characters, they've been picked up by Titan Studios in conjunction with Heroic Signatures. And yeah, man, they've been doing killer comics. It's like the best book that's out right now. They've been doing Solomon Kane, Conan, and now they've announced that they're going to be doing Cull. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's Conan's dad, right?
That's his like great grandfather, sort of like, or relative from like thousands of years ago.
And
so,
hello.
Yeah, that's going to be that was one of the big announcements. Let's see here. Hey, what up, Omer? Haven't seen you in a minute, man. Let's see here. Joshua, my great grandma had a guest bedroom full of Raggedy Ann dolls. That creeped me out when I was a kid. Yeah. Everyone's saying, what up? What up? What up? Yeah. So right now, the only real legit Cole stories that we've had is is by Russ Leach and Randy Zimmerman. They've got a book called The Atlantean that they've been putting out. So this book is going to be welcome to. I'm looking forward to this. A lot of big announcements right here. They got this new Conan toy coming out right here, and it's based off of Robert De La Toya's art. He's a phenomenal artist. It's got like a John Buscema style, and some more pieces of that. They're going to release Savage Sword of Conan in color. So I'm hopefully that they're gonna. It's the old issues that are going to be colored. So I'm hoping that, yeah, and it's in that flat format, and I think that a lot of comics look good when they're colored in that, especially the old books, because they color over the line work. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then Solomon Kane's coming back with Patrick Zerker. He's done a great job. I'm honestly looking forward to, hopefully they have, like, maybe they put like I'd love to see Kelly Jones on it, maybe writing or doing the art, maybe writing, doing both, or maybe Matt Wagner from Grendel. They're doing a phenomenal job on Dracula right now. I'd love to see their take on Solomon Kane. And then there's also a Solomon Kane, the actual omnibus from all the collected work that they did at Marvel. Right here, you got a sick Mike Mignola, creator of Hellboy's cover. Cool. So that, yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with Solomon Kane, the Puritan witch hunter.
No,
he's
don't
pretty badass.
So.
He's a Puritan, and he's a character that's almost, I think he's almost 100 years old. So,
oh wow,
highly recommend Solomon Kane. Also, man, you can pick up all of his definitely a Christian. He could pick up all the short stories, all the stories from him through Del Rey Books. It's about $14, and it's horror, but oh my god, so good. But yeah, a lot of big stuff coming out this year through Titan. I'm really looking forward to this. I do. We got a lot of Howard fans that watch this show or this channel, and there's a new Conan the Barbarian monthly comic on the horizon. It's the Conquering Crown. It's going to be like a 3-issue part, and it's going to show how Conan actually became the king of Aquilonia. And here's some of the interior art right here. It looks gorgeous. And I think the biggest news is going to be Conan number 25 is coming out. It's going to be painted, 36 pages, all painted by Alex Horley. And Alex Horley is like, man, he's like Bisley and Frank Frazetta kind of put together. Definitely looking forward to that. So bunch of Conan news for you guys and Titan news. It's metal as fuck. I can't wait for this year. And there's only so many books I buy now, man. Like I don't really like in anything that they're putting out. It's been great.
Yeah.
That Zeb's been writing, and they also do Savage Sword as well, like bi-monthly. And that book is more of the adult version, and it's black and white, and it's a magazine size. It's really fun. So I can't wait for that. I think it's just phenomenal. I have a little surprise for you, man. I'm gonna take a little break. Got some metal for you. This is a band that my dad put me up on when I was younger.
Okay.
And the album that I first heard, he showed me the music, and I believe it had Michael. He's got his guitar and he's smashing Lucifer in the head. The album's called "To Hell with the Devil." This is
Striper.
Yeah.
To hell with the devil. He's no friend.
Exactly. Hell yeah. And the thing is too, it's like a lot of people aren't into Striper that are, maybe not Christian, but definitely check them out. I highly recommend it. This is a new song. It's called "Still the Light." I haven't even heard it yet, so we're gonna basically listen to it for the first time. I'm probably gonna go get another drink real quick, but
okay.
I'm just gonna show it real fast, guys. Let me they make me drop 2 gears now to show stuff. So here we go. This one's "Still the Light," and this song is I think 4 days old, so it's a new one. That's that guitar part. Here we go. Singing pretty good.
One more saying make the video full screen.
There you go.
Darkest times now to show grand parade in a manger lane.
We're waiting for him to come back.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, that's crazy, man. Let me fix this. It's just that everything kind of moves. It doesn't go back into the spot that it's yeah, the way it used to.
Yeah.
It's all now.
Yeah, I
all
get
crazy.
yeah. It's they try and make things better and they make things worse.
Well, they want you to pay for everything,
Yeah, well that too.
so they add more gears for you to drop, and then they and more walls for you to break down to share your
Yeah,
stuff. It's all good.
and then they just charge you more for just a regular membership too. It's like
Yeah, like
really?
12 hours. It's all good. There's always workaround. There's always
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Well, they're going to put themselves out of business because people just end up going to, stuff like OBS. I'm sure there's other softwares like that too.
Oh yeah, I'll get used to it too. It just it just takes practice too. Um, I got some more news too right now, man. Pizza Medi had dropped something a couple weeks ago. I don't think I shared it last week. I might have, but either way, check this out. It came out on a Wednesday. Pete says I'm looking for 3 more short stories for it. It came out on a Wednesday, issues number 22 and 23. So if you're interested in submitting your comic book short story, 10 pages or less for consideration, visit alternativecomics.com. So you guys go over there, check out. Let me see if I can share this link, and maybe got like a short story. To be honest, man, I've been lately I've been wanting to write a lot, and I don't really get the I don't really get that itch to want to write a lot ever at all. Really, I mean, it comes around every now and then. I'm mostly wanting to draw stuff, but yeah, lately I've been wanting to write stories. I don't know, it's weird.
It'd be neat to write something and it actually get published there.
Yeah. And I've been wanting to write like short stories and stuff like that. Nothing big, I look at like what's his name? Clyde Barker. He's a pretty well-known horror writer. He's done like these anthology books. That's how he got in the scene. He wrote like 5 anthology books, and one of them, I think Hellraiser and Candyman were both short stories in there. Cool. Or at least Candyman was, but there it is, guys. There's a link right there. You guys could check that out. Stop sharing that.
But no, it's come out on a Tuesday and a Thursday
and a Wednesday. I think that's a great name too because of the whole comic, because of comics and whatnot. Comics are always coming out.
Yeah. Well, movie short stories. It came out on a Friday.
Right.
Although they used to be Wednesdays and Fridays, but now it's just usually Fridays.
I was wondering who was like your favorite like comic book characters like growing up as a kid, like the comics that you like to buy, or even later on,
Well, when I started, my favorite comic characters have become, I'll say 5 and not in any particular order. I don't know which one's 1 and 2 and all that, but Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and I know those are all typical. And then, of course, Green Lantern, but a particular one, Kyle Rayner.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
And just because I connected with the artist in him, I like.
Yeah. I never read that, but I remember like my uncle. He's the one that kind of really got me into like the broader range of comic book characters.
Yeah.
And he was reading Iron Man a lot. And he was also reading that Green Lantern. And I always thought that he looked the coolest out of all the designs. I always thought Rayner had the coolest looking mask.
Yeah.
He just looked the coolest, And then finding out about Guy Gardner, I thought Guy Gardner's. I liked his attitude. He's an asshole. I kind of like that. That version of him. I never read any of the comics, but I've seen a lot of the artwork, and then I've seen the character like in other medias. I like that.
I had probably seen Hal a lot more because I grew up watching Super Friends, right? So,
Yeah.
So I would have known by Hal from that, but I got into reading comics around the time of Superman dying, more with him coming back, and Batman breaking his back. So they were just starting, Kyle Rayner. So that's when I got into it. I like Hal. I like pretty much all the other Earth Green Lanterns. And the Kilowog. Who doesn't like Kilowog too?
Right.
But,
Hal Jordan. I always thought of like Dennis Quaid. I always thought Dennis Quaid, like a younger version of him, would have been a good Hal Jordan.
Yeah. What's his name? Reynolds didn't do too bad of a job, but that movie,
when it
was
came
just
out,
bad writing.
It was bad writing, but when I watched it, like I didn't hate it. I had a fun time watching it. But then kind of learning a little more about it, learning a little more about the character and whatnot. Still not buying the books, but just kind of learning more because it was in the zeitgeist for a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like, that's pretty cool, But still, I'm like, it's fun.
Yeah, it was bad writing and bad directing, and because it just had a bad storyline, and then having Hal so way was just did not seem like Hal Jordan to me.
More like Ryan Reynolds, kind of a little bit. I think Ryan probably put a little too much. Maybe it was
but
comedic timing in there.
But even that, it's the director had to allow it, right? The director had to direct him, right? And I should have directed it,
Yeah,
the director has
to
script.
The comics, because I know that director, he does have some pretty dope movies under his belt. I know he did GoldenEye, Casino Royale, and he did Mask of Zorro, which I think.
Those are all good movies.
But it's like I think at the time too that I don't know, it's just probably didn't know how to tackle the material. Maybe now there's been so many movies, like kind of hard. Like I don't know, you got to kind of go back to the source and get with the writers and the artists of said storylines that you're gonna tackle and try to squeeze in 2 hours.
Well, they also tried to do too much in that movie.
Every movie, man. Like my whole thing is like I think comic books need to be TV shows. It's impossible because of the budgetary reasons, but they're soapy, they're episodic. You live with these characters, and it's for a movie. You're going to try to ram everything into 1-2 hours. It's a lot, And the only way you can really do that is with the street level guys like Daredevil. Then you can really see it play out,
Yeah, but see, the thing is, with the Green Lantern movie, they should have not introduced Parallax as the villain.
No, even I knew that. Even I knew about Parallax. Like, what are you doing? It's like.
And then even in introducing him, they just made him so wrong.
Yeah, and it should have been Hal.
He looked cool. It should have brought in Hal, and maybe had Hector Hammond as the villain.
That's it.
Right? And you hint maybe at Sinestro becoming bad at the end of it, and maybe you hint at something happening to the second movie, you want something to happen to say Hal, and that way you introduce John or Guy.
And I think Hector Hammond, like that could have just been the villain of the movie. I think that would have been fine, because it's his first like kind of him being Green Lantern, and maybe they could have nerfed him a little bit too and not made him have too much constructs that are too badass. I mean, you could have some cool stuff, right? You could obviously the mind is the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But I thought Hammond was a cool looking villain. Like he looked scary and he looked and kind of goofy but scary and it worked. And then on top of that, like Sinestro, he looked phenomenal. Like Mark Strong.
Just like I don't even think Sinestro. I'm not even sure whether I think Sinestro becoming a villain shouldn't actually have happened till number 3. He should have been the big bad for number 3.
Yeah, I agree. I always think that,
and not even have Parallax in it at all.
Probably not. That's probably like if they're gonna do 6 movies or 5, right? You probably put it in a 6th movie. No, I feel you, man. Like sometimes it's hard. Like there's certain villains. It's like you got to go through too much terrain to storylines to get to this villain. Like they don't even deserve a movie because
Parallax isn't that iconic. He's iconic, but not iconic for Green Lantern as a villain. Hector Hammond, yes. I know there's a couple other good ones too. I just can't think of them offhand. Well, Sinestro, of course, but what would be a upgrade from Hector Hammond for a second movie?
I know that the TV show's coming out, Lanterns. It looks like it's going to be like a cop show. That looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And that guy they got to play Green Lantern, he looks like a good actor. I mean, he's a good actor. It looks like he'll do a good job. I've seen him he was in King Kong. He was like one of the main protagonists in there. So he's one of those actors that have been around forever, but haven't landed like a big role. It's always good when you see dudes get tossed a bone every now and then. But what's his name? Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion. He's in Superman.
He actually did a good job.
Fun. Oh, you seen the movie?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Have you seen it? Superman? No. Have you seen it?
No,
it is good.
It is.
Some people might shoot me for this, but it's probably one of the best Superman movies ever.
Really? Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
And I went to see it with a buddy who's a normie, and he thought it was really good too.
Yeah, I'm down with the.
I don't want to take nothing away from Christopher Reeves. Yeah. His were good, and they were probably suit the spirit of Superman at the time in the comics and all that. But this feels a lot more normal. I do have some major minor qualms, I should say. Like, I think Lex is a little over the top for Lex.
Okay.
Hawk Girl and Guy's outfit, I wish would have been more what their outfits are in the comics.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling the costume design in this movie at all.
Metamorpho,
he looked kind of cool.
He looked cool. I think they made him a little wimpier than he should have been.
Yeah.
But that was to go with the plot, so.
Later, Montoya. Thanks for stopping by, bro.
Those are some of the minor criticisms. I think there might be one or two, but, it's stuff that a lot of ways I think I can overlook.
Yeah. Nothing's ever going to be, like, as far as comic movies, it's hard to really, like, make a good comic movie perfect, I don't really, for me, the only perfect comic movie that I can think of off the top of my head, and there's always at least two more that I forget, but for sure it's Sin City. It's just right there. Sin City, even 300's, I think, pretty much perfect. And they're both Frank Miller, and they're both because they're like this self-contained work, so it's a little easier to do that. One movie that's pretty good, but it's got some really bad CGI in it that kind of takes you out of the movie, but at least the bad CGI, most of it is in the of the jump street of the film, and that's Hellboy the Crooked Man. It's on streaming sites now for free on some of them, but that movie was just like the comic, and it was great. The guy low budget,
and even the Fantastic Four movie was good too, in my opinion.
The new one,
the new one.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too. It looked fun.
Yeah, it was good. I went in both of those movies not expecting much, not to be, super pleased, and I came out pleased.
Yeah, they look like fun. They look kind of like silver and golden movies. You know what I mean? That would be
the last superhero movie that I could actually, I think, remember that happening is Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
Yeah, because from the trailers I had seen for Batman Begins, I knew it was really off a real origin story.
Oh yeah,
Batman. But so I went into that movie expecting to be disappointed, and I came out extremely happy. Yeah, they didn't get things quite right, but I think they kept to the spirit of Batman with Batman Begins.
Yeah, with that movie, I remember with the trailers, I was hyped up for that movie, and for me, that movie, that's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time, easily in the top 10. And
now the third one in that trilogy, I think sucked.
Yeah, it's horrible. And then the second one's a good Joker movie. It's a good movie. It's great cinema. Probably the best villain of all time. You think about it, you're like, I don't know about that. But then when you start stacking them against other people like Hannibal Lecter, and he's up there. He actually did a good job. And he ain't even like my favorite. It's not even the Joker that I want, like for different reasons. But the way the character that he made was phenomenal. Batman Begins. That movie, I feel like you could have taken that movie and you could have taken Batman in any direction with that. It was just a good baseline for you to build a Batman franchise off of. You could have taken it any way. You could have taken it a Burton way. You could have taken it Christopher Nolan, a Matt Reeves. Any of these directors, Zack Snyder. You could have used that movie as a base for because it's so just kind of baseline grounded. You know what I mean? For certain.
And it did have some things I liked. I liked the whole movie, but it did have something from the comics where it shows Batman or Bruce traveling the world, learning his trade, his different things. He ends up getting a lot of it from Ra's al Ghul, which is not in the comics, but it's still, he gets trained by going around the world still, and it's like.
Yeah, you see a lot of that too, even before the Raw stuff. Like I think 5 years without. So like I think that if I was to see another Batman origin movie like that, I would want to see stuff before the ninja stuff, maybe a little more criminality, a little more of the criminal stuff, like go into that a little more deeper. That could be fun. But at the same time,
going to college or whatever, and dropping out or getting help. Maybe the Zatanna or Zataro.
I would do it
because he trained with him for a bit.
You could do that. So you could do that angle. You can also do a little bit more of like just him being in gangs and wearing disguises and being a thug. I seen someone wrote a short story where he's in a fight club like in Iceland and he's fighting on a glacier in a comic and they're all like just to the death, and he finds a way to get out. And these are like they almost turn into these pulp Robert E. Howard stories. Like once you see Bruce, where it's just the adventures of Bruce Wayne, you can make a comic book, The Adventures of Bruce Wayne, that could be something.
Yeah.
Very like how
your Smallville for Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And it would be amazing. And so you get a little bit of that, where he's fighting the guys in, I think it's like Tibet, in the prison. That was really good. Yeah. And just in that movie trailer, it's got to be one of my favorite trailers, I went around the world.
That's what they, sorry.
No, it's a great trailer.
I was just saying that's what they tried to do with Gotham. They tried to make it into a Smallville for Batman. I like Gotham, but I think it totally went off the rails.
It started out good, and then it kind of just, what are you guys doing? And it got super woke, like super duper woke, and it just turned to trash. And then you get like Dollar Tree Batman at the end with the kid CGI'd face on it. I'm just like, ugh, what are you doing? Stop! Like, just save the budget and Like the thing is, like these guys, I really feel that they should just kind of connect some movies. Some movies should have TV shows. Like sign these actors up for TV shows and movies. So you get a guy to play Batman. You sign him up for like maybe 2 seasons with 6 episodes, and then you sign him up for like maybe 5 movies. So you're getting some TV show and you're getting some movie stuff. And then you just cut the budget on like all these C-list characters. No one gives a crap about them really. They want Batman. So if you put Batman on TV and have that same actor in the movies you do like the big Justice League stuff and the big like heavy hitting villains, like Ra's al Ghul in a movie and Joker could be in a movie, something big. And that's what they should do. They'll probably, I don't know if they're ever going to do it, but that's how you get that real soapy episodic, like, lived in
universe
that you're getting with Daredevil from like the old Netflix. I think they're still ahead. That old Daredevil was ahead of its time. But I don't know if they're going to do it.
I know some people say that it's not part of it, but that is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It is.
They've done a lot of TV shows, with, a lot of them we don't care about, like Ironheart. I haven't seen that yet.
No, I won't even watch that shit. I just watch it usually to say that I watched it and say I can actually criticize it. If I want. Yeah, there's just certain things where I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Actually, though, what was it? Echo? Was it Echo? I forget.
Yeah, that's another one. Or it just.
I started watching it. I got about halfway through it. I've got an episode or 2 left to watch it, but
it's hard.
I don't care.
Yeah, and there's just another thing too. I was like, character design and just character. Like, I don't like this character and. If I find out that it doesn't look cool, and then if I find out that the character is like, Mary Sue, or it's just they're getting everything and they're OP and they're just like handed and they're tokenized, and it's like, this is boring and it's low hanging fruit. I'd rather watch something else because there's infinite things for me to watch now. It's crazy. Or go read a story or something,
But they've got to have put all these ideas down somewhere, right? But at least they're trying to expand their universe. May not be doing well, but at least they're trying.
Well, I mean, I think that there's plenty of room like for other characters. Like, I mean, there's so many, like, I don't know, like
better characters to choose from too.
So many like C-list unknown characters that they could give a TV show to or a movie to, cut the budget. And a lot of times when they're doing these Cravens and these Morbius movies, they're giving them these big budgets. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like their budgets are bigger than Blade. And Blade's like Blade and Blade 2.
Unfortunately, I think that's more because of like Sony made that deal with Marvel. Yeah. So now they've got all these villains. Yeah. And they're trying to make them into heroes. And well frankly, they suck without Spider-Man around.
Yeah. So for me, I'm totally down for any comic book villain to get one movie, but not build a big old franchise out of it. You know what I mean? You give them one movie. That's cool. Because origin stories are cool. If they're one and done, hit it and quit it, that's fine. Give Craven one movie. I don't want to see a whole trilogy. Venom, that's open. Venom's pretty badass. There's a lot you could do with Venom. Yeah. A whole lot. And my favorite take is the Agent Venom, But for the most part, Craven gets a movie, Rhino gets a movie, like all those cool villains, all the Batman, give Penguin a TV show. It's one of the best TV shows ever made if it's done right, I wouldn't have personally, I would have given them a movie, but they did a great job with the TV show. It's just like, wow. But I don't know. And the thing is about a movie, you don't want to be too far away from the main protagonist, I think, You kind of want to have Spider-Man pop up somewhere in Craven. You want to have Spider-Man pop up in Morbius. You want Blade to pop up. Maybe they could have done a Midnight Suns TV show or Ghost Rider TV show. That budget would have been crazy.
Maybe saying, right, you know what an anti-hero is, right? Yeah. On the other side, there's the anti-villain. Well, up until we had the Buckler, there was no anti-villain that I can think of in comics. Nobody had even thought of that idea.
The anti-villain?
Till the Buckler.
I got, let's see here. We got this, your campaign right now, man. Let's go ahead and take another look at it real quick. See where we're at. Are you reading any books right now? Any comics?
Not right now.
For sure. Yeah, there's a bunch of like.
I've got a whole. Before my life went to crap, I had a whole stack that I was starting to read that I was going to read and do reviews on, but but then my mom died and things went crazy for me. All my comics are in storage too. It's making.
Yeah, I know how that is, man. The comics and storage it's hard to get around in there.
Thanos is an anti-villain. I wouldn't call him an anti-villain. He's just been a villain.
Yeah, it's just straight villain. Yeah. But let's show off the Canadian Shield again, man.
Yeah.
Got 9 backers. Let's see. Do a little refresh.
Yeah, I think it's still at the 9. Unfortunately. Well, but maybe somebody on the rewatch,
came on. Yeah, get some more eyes on it. That's the whole thing. Is every channel you go on has its own audience, and they're gonna have different subscribers. You know what I mean? So they might be picking it up later or something like that. Digital is a good way to do it if you don't have.
Especially space, for people that like if they don't have space, and the other thing is digital is I think good for people in other countries that don't want to spend the shipping rate. Although I try and keep my shipping rates low. I'm not sure how much they've changed since last time. 3 years ago when I did this.
They're always changing, right?
Yeah, but 3 years when I did this, I thought, I was like within $1 on everything, and in my favor, except for one. One was over, and that was for going overseas somewhere, like, so that wasn't, too bad, that the only one that I was off was by one, where I had to pay more out of my pocket, but because I saved, a couple cents on other ones,
Definitely. I put the link right there, guys, if you want to go check it out. Back Canadian Shield. Let's see here. I got a little section right here where we're kind of talk about monsters, man. I got something right here you might dig. So
Timothy says his motivations are good, but how he goes about doing it is what makes him a villain. Yes, it doesn't make him an anti-villain. It just makes him a villain.
I guess it just depends.
Motive doesn't necessarily matter when you think, yeah, I want to save my family, so I'm going to go on a murdering spree, murdering all certain types of people. That doesn't make you a good guy. That makes you a murderer.
A murderer. Let's see right here. Got this. I'll do a little one of these. Let me try to add it to the screen. It's a cool little cryptid. I don't know. I think everyone's got a reason behind their villainy.
Yeah.
So it just can you relate to them or can you not relate to them?
It's an actual.
But there's, like you said,
that must be something new then, Tim, because before this definition came up, Thanos would have been considered a villain. Dr. Doom,
to me, they're just villains.
Doc Ock.
They're just villains. They're bad. If you're out there doing bad shit. My whole thing is everyone's got a tragedy, bro. It's like, how are you?
I guess Lex Luthor is an anti-villain then. Yeah. He's trying to protect the world from Superman when it doesn't need protecting from Superman.
Oh man, yeah.
I guess all villains now are anti-villains.
Anti-villains. Let's cut to this little. Check this out. All right, so we got this right here. Kuwakes. These are these. I think that's how you spell it or pronounce it. It's pronounced Kukwis. Is a type of man-eating ogre. It's found in Makian Indian folklore. These creatures are characterized by their greed, hairiness, and occasionally depicted with bear-like heads. The term Kukwis is diminutive of kuku, which means giant. Therefore, Kukwis can be interpreted as little giant. However, the term little is relative to cuckoo, often referred to as gogao, and it's sometimes described as towering above the tallest pine trees, suggesting a height of at least 150 feet. Wow, that's freaking crazy. And there's no real pictures of this right here.
Giant?
Yeah, right. There's no real pictures of them right here, but I hunted some down on the Google sphere. Maybe we can share a little bit. I thought they looked pretty spooky. They're basically just kind of like hairy giants, like the BFG. That's some of them right there. I think this one looks pretty creepy right here. Yeah, he's got like a berserker, like bear skin on top. You got this one right here. Let's see if 1 sec. Let me add it to the screen. So you got this one right here, just walking around. You got this one looks pretty creepy. Yeah. You got that guy.
Artistic interpretations.
Yeah, definitely. All these different cryptids. Those are pretty much the only three right there. I mean, there's this one too, but it's just kind of like a sheet. Anybody?
Yeah, it's ghostly.
Can't really, I don't know. Maybe this one right here. Yeah, that might be one. Yeah. I'm always into the cryptids, man. I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Were
does-
you I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, yeah, I'd definitely like to put them in my book at some point, somehow, some way.
Oh yeah.
Various
And
ones.
there's all kinds of stuff that you have up there in Canada, man. You guys got definitely Wendigo and Sasquatch. That would always be fun.
Yeah, well, Sasquatch is just Bigfoot. So.
Yeah. Just different ones. There's so many different like Bigfoot comics too, you know. It's its own genre now.
Yeah.
I feel like once something is once something happens two or three times, like 2 or 3 is debatable. You might be able to get away with 2, but for sure 3. Once you get 3 of something in a genre, then that's kind of niche. It becomes a subgenre. You know what I mean? So like for me, definitely Bigfoot in comics, that's a genre now, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. Like an anti-hero would be like the Punisher. Yeah, like for me, anti-heroes are pretty much heroes that are, you know, they do good, but they're still like they pretty much kill, you know, like they don't that's what it to me, that's what an anti-hero is.
Yeah.
Beads, loot, and mansions.
Okay. I'm not sure what he means by beads, loot.
That one went, I'm sure it'll connect here in a minute, but I don't know. Are you looking forward to any other movies coming out, or you gonna go see anything else?
I know. Well, I'm probably gonna go see the Smurfs.
Oh, Smurfs! They got a new Smurf movie coming out.
Yeah. Well, it's already out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my kids like the Smurfs. Some of them are pretty funny.
Yeah. I'm not sure about it from the trailers I've seen. I'm thinking I'm going to be disappointed.
Oh, with the Smurf?
The Smurf movie. I forget who they're getting to do Smurf at, but the couple of the trailers I've seen, it has Smurfette not really acting like what I think Smurfette should act like. So
I think the best one I saw was like not too long ago, but everybody was like CGI'd. Like it was a whole CGI, you know. There was some where like the bad guy was like played by Hank Azaria, like a live actor, you know, but the one of them where it was all CGI, I thought it was pretty good.
That's one where I think the Smurfs met a Smurf female village.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the best one I've seen so far, I think.
Yeah,
that one's decent. It's pretty funny too. It's good. You know, I think Mandy Patinkin was Papa Smurf. Yeah,
that was a good Smurf movie.
I think Rainn Wilson was.
I think in October there's a new Tron movie coming out.
That looks interesting. Yeah, that one looks fun. It almost looks like Ares is. It's Jared Leto. He's Ares. So then Masters of the Universe is coming out, but that's not coming out for like 2 or 3 years. He's playing Skeletor.
Yeah, well, that I'm not.
You're not into Masters of the Universe, really?
Well, I'm into it, but that movie looks like it's going to be, from what I've heard, it's going to be more of a disaster than the last time they did a live action film.
Oh yeah, I can't really speak on it. You know, I know the guy that got's kind of small to play him. You know, Leto, he could probably do the Skeletor. He kind of has that going a little bit, but the guy they got, he kind of looks like a younger, like kind of small. He does look small. I mean, hopefully he could pull it off. For me, I would have hired someone like Alan Ritchson or you know, like the Reacher guy.
They could have somebody else playing He-Man than Prince Adam, but what I more mean is Prince Adam is raised on Earth for 30 years.
So for me, like that, it's almost like they're trying to tap into the old movie fan base, you know. It's like, don't do that, because we've already did that, and that means you're trying to save money. You know, you don't want to put it all in Eternia. So if they're gonna mess with it that way, then make it like the first. I only want like 30 minutes on Earth, bro. Like, you know, don't if it's 2 hours, then give me an hour and a half over there. You know, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that, most of the movie is on Earth, if not all the movie.
Yeah, no, well, from what I've heard, it's just like maybe about a half an hour. But again, things change. And I know because I've been watching the set visits, and I know Idris Elba is Man at Arms. That sounds fun. And then from like I've seen a lot of the concept art. I watched some of the drone footage too, like some of the stuff that they're filming looks pretty dope. And then everybody like is pretty much, you know, you got the purple Skeletor, he's got the purple body and everything. Everyone's pretty much on look like their counterparts from the cartoon and the figures. So I'm really looking forward to that. Again, if it's on Earth, it better be like 20 minutes, 30 at the most. Give me an hour and a half on Eternia.
Well, the thing is,
I'm cool with it,
the only way I'd want to see Earth is if you show Queen Marlena, King Randor's wife, because she's supposed to be from Earth. She was supposed to be some sort of test pilot. So you see her on Earth, and she takes off and then ends up on Eternia.
I mean, they probably will. That's probably what they're going to do. You know, I mean, if that's an organic in for them to use Earth, then they're probably going to go. That's probably what they're going to do. You know. And then I don't want to see Earth ever again. I want to see Eternia. You know, I want to see. I want to see Frazetta meets. I want to see He-Man meets. Conan. That's what He-Man is. It's Thor and Conan put together. You know, science and magic. You know what I mean? And if they do it right, okay. And then maybe get that kid to juice a little more. Give him some steroids.
But yeah,
he got big. The dude definitely got big. He definitely got big.
I would like to see, if it's good. Again, I'm gonna go see it, and it's a movie that I'm gonna go in expecting to be disappointed. Yeah, and hopefully I come out not disappointed.
No, you know what? No, I'm gonna go in there with some high hopes. I'm down to get disappointed. Usually, I go through phases. Like for probably the last 10 years, I've had my expectations set to a very low bar. That way, I'm never disappointed. But now I'm kind of raising my expectations because I feel that we got so much technology now and thing. I don't know. So I'm gonna go in there get my popcorn, hope it's good, and then oh man, what are you doing to me?
Well, it's not about the technology being able to do all this stuff. You know, I know they can do it. It's will they do it right? Yeah, and they always have just the most wild reasoning behind why they do the things that they do. You know, it's a producer or a director wants this vision. You know, I don't know. Another movie that I went and seen, and I knew I was going to be disappointed. This was a long time ago. The Dukes of Hazzard movie. Well, oh man, that thing just. My dad used when I was growing up and watched it, called it the Pukes of Hazzard. That's what this movie was. The Pukes of Hazzard. The Pukes of Hazzard. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So it was just this is not the Dukes at all. And I rented it to show my buddy who's a real big Dukes fan too. And I was watching the special features on it. And the guy said he thought he captured the TV show. Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely not that. I'm looking forward to the new Predator Badlands. That's the top movie. For me. I haven't heard about that one. That one looks great. It's basically what if Predator was Conan? That's the whole, on a predator planet. His he has to prove who he is. He's a teenage predator. He's got an android, Utani android on his back. It's just half the corpse, like a backpack running around. Yeah, you got to watch the trailer, and he has to prove to his dad why he should be kept alive. They put him on this crazy planet where he's got to survive. All this deadly other aliens. So you have that. It looks fantastic. I also want to see Death Stalker. I'm looking forward to that, the remake of that. Okay. Which is a 80s barbarian movie remake of that. I've never seen the original of this, and maybe I should. But trailer that I've seen recently, The Running Man, the remake. Yeah, that looks great. It comes out the same, I think, a week before Predator. They're both coming out in November, so it looks good. I haven't even seen the Predator one yet. That trailer looks phenomenal. Both of them. I'm not sure. There's got to be a couple other movies coming out this summer. I don't know what. For me, those are the only two that I'm really looking forward to. Also, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I'm looking forward to that. And then Luc Besson's Dracula. I hope that looks pretty good. Let's see here. Wasn't it a B movie? Yes, Death Stalker was very low budget. It was a low budget barbarian movie, but it had charm. It's great, but it's not on the level of Conan. For me, Conan is one of the best movie ever made. So it's not on that level. None of those movies strictly barbarian, sword and sorcery fantasy of the 80s. Nothing could touch Conan the Barbarian. The only movie that
that like conversation, even fantasy, would be Excalibur, the Excalibur movie. So everything
What
else kind of
about what about the? I think it was Hercules with Kevin Arnold.
Oh, Arnold. Oh no, that was really bad. That was one of his first movies, Hercules in New York. Yeah, he actually.
Well, I
they
thought
actually
he did just Hercules before Hercules in New York.
No, I
Oh,
believe
okay.
Lou Ferrigno did Hercules, but a good
Okay, maybe
barbarian.
that's what I'm thinking of. Luke.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno, but a good one is the Beastmaster. That movie's really good. I would say that would be it'd be Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Beastmaster. Then it would be Deathstalker. Then it would be the Sword and the Sorcerer. That would be the next one, and then after that, I don't know. Everything's kind of maybe the Barbarians, the twins.
Yeah.
So I would do it like that. And then again, if you want to include fantasy in there from the 80s, I would say Excalibur. That movie is just off the hook. It's so good. Let's see here. And Steven Kostansky, the guy who did Psycho Gorman and Frankie Frico, The Void, Leprechaun Returns, and yeah, he's doing the Deathstalker, and that guy loves using puppets and whatnot. So he's like really hands on. I can't wait to see what he does with Deathstalker. It's going to get a release too sometime. I think next month. So I might have to go hunt that down. I ended up on the Mystic. Oh, I ended up on Mystic. Okay. There was some Italian movies of Hercules. Oh yeah, I'm sure, definitely. Again, I ended up on Mystic. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm surprised it wasn't Greek. Well, I was going to say Greek, but it's not Her. I forget which one is which between the Greek and the for Roman for Hercules, and one's Hercules and one's Hercules or something like that.
Heracles, I like to pronounce them differently.
Yeah.
And then there's, I mean, it's not coming out this year, I don't think, but that the Odyssey that Christopher Nolan's doing, I might check that out. That sounds like it might.
Yeah.
Be. But yeah, man. Probably gonna call it right now. We've been going about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure having you on.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
good talk.
Yeah.
And we sort of went all over the place.
Yeah,
which
gotta keep moving. Got to keep it moving, and it was fun talking comics with you and your campaign. I'm glad that you're on issue number 3. You're keeping it moving, so that's cool. And
I have a goal and a plan. I've always wanted a big universe. I've always wanted, when I was first starting it, I wanted it to be the big 3.
Yeah, right.
Marvel, DC, and Cross.
Yeah. That'll, you got to just keep just pushing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep sticking to the plan. Keep doing it, because no one else is going to do it for you, right?
Is Tim saying he's going to be on here next week?
No, I actually got the next 2 weeks booked up, but if you want to come on, man, hit me up and we'll set it up. Well, actually it's the next 3 weeks. Next week I'm doing something, or someone's coming on, and then I'm taking a week off for the wife's birthday, and then the week after that, be doing somebody else. So, but yeah, if you want, hit me up.
Yeah. Well, Tim, his thing on Twitter, right?
Yeah, he knows. He knows where I'm at. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me. It's making the rounds, letting everybody know, and having some good conversations too.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Like I said, you gotta just have your character out there.
Heck.
People forget quick too, man. So
Yeah, from the 11th to the 17th, I've got like 4 shows I'm on.
Yeah, just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Well, where can people find you at, bro?
Well, I am, of course, here on YouTube under Cross Comics. I'm on Twitter. Of course, I've got my own webpage, crosscomics.ca.
Sweet.
Although I think when you're looking for me on Twitter, you got to look for Comics Cross. Comics _cross. I'm not sure whether you'll find me if you search Cross Comics, because it's Cross Comics at Comics _cross.
Sweet. Well, Cross Comics. There it is, guys. You can find him there, and his book's on fundmycomic.com. I got the link in the chat too, so you guys can pick it up. Go back, Canadian Shield. Let me see if I can put it in there one more time. Yeah, there it is right there, guys, if you want to check it out. Yeah, definitely, dude. You want to come on later in the year? That's cool too. I'll be open up in a few weeks. So
yeah,
whatever.
Tim's good. You know, all his books right now are on Amazon.
Yeah,
he releases them straight to Amazon. So
got it pretty tight right now.
It's not a crowdfunding, so he can come on anytime and promote. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the way to do it.
And I actually worked on one of Tim's books. I did the inking for Melvin 3.
Oh, nice. Okay, heck yeah. I still got to scoop those books.
And I did the cover. I inked the cover and I colored the cover for Melvin 3 as well.
So you got the you got the scoops. You're on the you're in with the in crowd, as they say.
Yeah,
for sure, man. Well, thanks again, Rick, for coming on, and everyone that stopped by. I appreciate it. Everyone that's gonna possibly watch this on the replay, and 7 people watching now. I really appreciate it, guys. Again, you can find Rick at anywhere at Cross Comics. You can find me on Twitter at BatMerc. I have commissions open right now. I got 1 spot open for this month, and then I'm closing it up for a bit. Just throwing that out there if you guys need one of black and white digital art, and should be doing a draw stream sometime this week. Thanks everybody for watching, and always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. See you guys next time. Peace.